Hello, and welcome to Artificial Intelligence, Section 3, Lesson 4. Today you will read an excerpt, pages 39 through 44 and pages 48 through 54 from Chapter 5 of the Fourth Age, Smart Robots, Conscious Computers, and the Future of Humanity to complete your exploration of the philosophy of artificial intelligence. You will also discuss the primary viewpoints in the open philosophical question about the nature of the mind and consciousness, and make arguments as to whether consciousness is embedded in the brain or if it is a spiritual property. You will also add details about the philosophy of AI to the Understanding AI tool. Here are our learning targets for this lesson. Can you describe the different perspectives of consciousness and self and how these perspectives relate to artificial intelligence? Can you understand how an author uses text structure to develop his perspective on a topic? You will read pages 39 through 44 and 48 through 54 from the Fourth Age to establish your understanding. When you are done reading, you will react to what you have read. You are now going to read pages 39 through 44 and 48 through 54 from the Fourth Age. These are found on pages 47 through 60 in the unit reader. As you read, consider the reading focus. How does the author define consciousness and self? I also want you to consider the following. What is the difference between a monist and a dualist? What does each believe? Explain the Mary's Room scenario. What is the author illustrating through this scenario? What does the word consciousness mean in relation to people? What does it mean in relation to artificial intelligence? What does the author claim machines and humans have in common? The author uses an analogy using honeybees and ants to describe emergence. Summarize these two analogies and explain how they relate to the concept of emergence. According to the text, is consciousness embedded in the brain, or is it a spiritual property? Why does this matter when discussing the topic of artificial intelligence? Again, you are going to read pages 47 through 60 in your unit reader. You will have 25 minutes to do so. Now you will answer questions about the meaning of the pages that you read from the Fourth Age to deepen your understanding of the text. With your group, you're going to answer the prompt to determine and analyze the meaning of the pages that you read from the Fourth Age. You're going to write your response in your reading response journal and support your response with evidence from the text. And your question is, how does the organization of this chapter develop the author's perspective of the topic? As you answer this question, you're going to answer and think about the following questions. How is this chapter organized? What is the author's perspective on artificial intelligence? How do the questions asked in this chapter relate to the topic of artificial intelligence? You are also going to complete the Understanding AI tool page for this text. That is found on page 38, also known as page 40 in your handouts. Again, the page that you're going to be looking for is page 38, also known as page 40 in the handouts. So you're going to complete the reading response journal page question. and you're going to complete the Understanding AI tool for this selection. You will have 10 minutes to complete both activities. Now you will review expectations and draft a response. You're going to read the prompt. The author describes 3 different definitions of consciousness: an orchestrated process of the brain, an emergent property of the brain, and a soulful property of a being. Based on the definitions and examples in this text, as well as other texts read in the unit, make a claim about which definition would be the hardest to replicate using artificial intelligence and why. In your reading response journal, you're going to create a draft that addresses the prompt. Be sure to state your claim clearly and provide supporting evidence as you create your draft. You will have 10 minutes to complete this activity.